You know what? Let's give him the old... Oh, shit! We got a plane for that? We're on fire. Oh, Torp's in the water. I think we got this guy. Yes! 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 2? We just killed 3? Are you kidding me? And we dodged this, guys? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so... Can we just take a moment real quick to appreciate... Would you call it irony? Would you call it humor? Would you call it a playful jab by Gaijin? But they call this the big boat. When War Thunder Ships was announced, a lot of people were quick to jump on the train. Where are the War Thunder trains? You know, something to shoot at anyway. That, you know, they weren't ships at all. They were actually boats, given the size of them, right? And, you know, so then we haven't heard about anything about ships or boats for quite a while. War Thunder, I think, you know, Gaijin realized, wow, we're getting a lot of flack for this, you know? We should probably change something, and I think that's awesome that they took the time. It's better to release, you know, I think in certain cases it's better to wait and refine something than just to put something out, you know, when it's not necessarily up to par. And that's what Gaijin did. You know, we've got closed beta tests, but we all thought that 1.6.5 was going to be the patch that boats were dropped in, and at one point that was the information given to us. Things have changed, like the size of these boats. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the MZ1, which is a patrol boat for the German Kriegsmarine, I do believe. I'm not entirely sure what their Coast Guard was called, but let's just call it the Kriegsmarine then, right? Hey, Germans, what was the German Coast Guard called during World War II? And yeah, so let's go over this thing. It looks great. I mean, it's got big old anchors on the front. It looks like it could be considered a ship. It looks like a much smaller destroyer, but still, it's pretty sizable, right? So, Gaijin is pleased to present the heavy-hitting boat that will appear in the War Thunder Naval Warfare closed beta test very soon. The German multi-purpose MZ1. Now, can we all agree that this thing looks gorgeous? Whoever Gaijin has as their 3D modelers, like, they do epic stuff. The MZ1 is an advanced German boat project created at the end of World War II. The leading boat of the series was laid down in 1943 and went into testing at the end of August 1944. In total, the Germans were able to build 1 boat of the 12 planned in this series. 3 more were ready for assembly. All the built boats ended up at the disposal of the British occupational forces. The leading boat was sent to England for testing, while the remaining boats were scrapped. So, the leading MZ1 series boat has become a new ship in the Kriegsmarine tree in War Thunder. The letters MZ in its name are an abbreviation of the German... Ooh, this is gonna be good. Are you ready? Mehrwegboot. Mehrwegboot? How am I doing, my German people? Was that okay? Meaning multi-purpose boat, which entirely discloses its intended purpose. Its purpose is multi, guys. Did you catch that? I caught it. It's multi. So the MZ1 is a multi-target weapons platform with guns of several calibers, torpedoes, and depth charges capable of solving any task of a small fleet. In battle, the MZ1 is an incessant and vociferous barrage of shells from an 88mm, a 37mm, and several 20mm cannons that generously rain fire down on the enemy. The 2 torpedo bays and 6 depth charges complete the image of this floating monster. There are no targets in the game that the MZ1 can't take care of. This thing looks awesome. So other than that, that's the end of the devlog currently. We don't have much more other than this. It just looks so beautiful. It's like right now I'm like trying to focus, but like I'm just kind of admiring. I like how, what are those big yellow, I guess those would be life rafts? The big yellow life rafts that are right out front, you know, kind of the command deck. It's got an 88mm on it. How sweet is that? It looks like Is the 88... Wait a minute. It said it had... How many... Let's go back. From N88mm, A37mm, and several 20mm cannons that generously rain down fire. At a cursory glance, it almost seems the calibers of the front and rear are the same. Interesting. I mean, that could just be like at first glance, like, but N88mm? Are there's definitely not two? I think there's two 88mm on this thing. I'm sorry. There's not. I haven't looked up the other information on it, but to me it looked like a Leprechaun to me. No. I would dare to say that both the fore and aft, how are my naval terms, are in fact 88mm, and it looks like the 37mm is on the bow right behind the 88. So let's say there's an 88 and a 37 on the front. This is just analyzing these pictures. I mean, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. This is the beauty of discussion and community. And then when you pass the what would you call it? The command deck, guys. I actually drive a boat. This is when you're getting into, to me, a ship. When you don't really know the terms. Like I know some nautical terms like boat drink. It's a rum and coke, you know, or a classic mixed drink that you have on the boat. Boat candy, that's when you got a hot girl in a bikini riding with you on your boat. I don't think those are terms that the German Kriegsmarine used when operating this boat. And, you know, that's to their deficit, because I can assure you that boat drinks and boat candy are both things you definitely want to become familiar with when operating said boat. But so after you pass the command deck there, it looks like you've got two twin 20s, and then you pass like one of the little, boats, and then you've got a quad 20, and then in the back, I believe it's another 88. So I think there's actually two 88s, because I'm fairly certain that the gun right behind is a 37, right behind the 88 in the front. And then the twin torpedo tubes in the front look pretty sweet. Let's see. And then there's it looks like 3 depth charge launches on the port and starboard side near the aft of the boat. Guys, I'm really going to have to get up on my nautical terms. I thought I was doing fine, but I would say that all said and done, this looks pretty good. So now we're going to be kind of just showing off some older footage of War Thunder ships. There hasn't been a CBT for War Thunder boats in a while, but when boats get to this size, I think it definitely makes things more interesting. I don't think it's necessarily, at the end of the day, I mean, it was kind of, Gaijin put themselves in this situation because I think they genuinely wanted to try to do it, and then they realized, I guess the difficulties, the challenges that would arise, and then certain things like fun. I'm sure they accounted for that. But, I mean, we all wanted to play the Yamato. We want to play the Bismarck, the Tirpitz. Shit, man, I was looking forward to playing as U-boats, sinking your Yamatos from the depths of the ocean. Baron, you need to get closer to the surface, the torpedo. Yeah, you're right. Okay, but still, I like the sound of it. So that's what I was hoping for. So here's the thing: is this? It's kind of I'm asking this question, but I wonder if we don't already know the answer. Is this a move in the right direction? But the move is larger boats, and I would say that it kind of is, right? I remember, Gaijin, there was whispers around the interwebs that they were working on bigger boats, things that, quote, looked like destroyers, just a little bit smaller. And I'd say that this definitely fits that picture. But I remember playing boats, and it almost seemed like if you didn't get a torpedo kill, it just felt like you were sitting there and you're used to the very dynamic game that is War Thunder in tanks and planes. Planes, you can shoot a wing off, you can snipe a pilot, you can, destroy it in a single half-second burst, right? Or even one single shell or bullet in the right spot can end a plane. And with tanks, you can ammo rack, you can kill the entire crew in one shot, so you can do something in both called a one-shot. Or rather, you know, battles don't normally go really far, right? Or they don't take too long, I guess would be the better way to word that, right? So, with this, is it like, that's the thing, it's like, are we appeasing with larger boats? But maybe the main issue, I mean, at least for me, was, I mean, I just felt like, there was 3 sections of the boat, and you had to, quote, kill each section to, you know, get a kill on a boat, unless you torpedo it, and generally it was a 1 hit. The torpedo was awesome, in that you knew if you torpedoed another boat, he was dead. So, I gotta say that torpedoes, why everyone's like, why are there torpedoes? I mean, we know why there's torpedoes. If you want to 1-hit kill another boat, that's why. This is cool, but I mean, I still think like, man, I got these 88s, but when I'm firing at another boat, I mean, I'm gonna be going for torpedo runs. Anything that's fast and with torpedoes, I would use. But then again, you got to think about like how I was in World of Warships, right? You know, in War Thunder tanks, I'm a medium tanker mindset. In World of Warships, I'm a destroyerman mindset. Speed in heavy hitting torpedoes is how I prefer to play that naval game. You know, this one's gonna be entirely different, but I don't know. I mean, this thing it looks gorgeous. It looks like it's gonna be fun, and it's definitely adhering to, you know, what I'd say that the vast majority of the War Thunder player base has asked for, and that's larger boats or larger ships. Triggered, but you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, this is pretty cool. So hope you did enjoy 2 videos today. Let me know what other kind of like boats of these class, these patrol boats. The Meeresvechtboot, multi-purpose boats of the Kriegsmarine. And am I wrong, or is that not twin 88s on there? And then like, I mean, shells from N88. I think like they did very well on their like English translation, or maybe they actually, you know. But I think that may have been a mistyping. I don't know. You guys let me know, man, because there's a lot of you guys out there who are armchair historians, armchair generals, all that kind of stuff. You've got some good insight, and I'd love to hear it. Anyway, guys, hope you did enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts on the Meeresvechtboot, and I'll talk to you later. I'm working on a mod in Men of War right now that has to do with German amphibious operations, so we'll talk more about that later. See you guys. Yeah! Yes! You can't stop me. I'm just bombing shit from the sky. Torpedo hat trick, dive bomber hat trick. You know what, let's give him the old, oh shit! We got a plane for that? We're on fire. Oh, Torp's in the water. I think we got this guy. Yes! 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 2? We just killed 3? Are you kidding me? And we dodged this, guys?